Hey everybody, it's Dr. Julie Quinn here, and I wanted to do a video review of some of the quick start guides that you have in your week 3 learning resource content. This is on page 2 of those learning resources, and you see the different printers here. Let me just give you a quick heads up that some of these quick start guides are going to be extremely busy and are more professional documents that are much more involved than the quick start guides that you're going to create for this class. So you can see in this visual quick start guide here some of the components of a quick start guide: a title, a very short blurb that just tells us what the document is about, images that are labeled, and very sort of straightforward numbers to the steps. A quick start guide is a condensation of, or condensing of the instructions document you created. So your quick start guide is going to be about the same website that you've chosen for the instructions for writing assignment number 2. And you're not thinking about personas anymore. You're just creating a quick glance. This is somebody who's used the website before, but now they just want a little refresher. Remember, when you create instructions documents, the purpose of that is that you don't want your readers to really sort of remember. The document doesn't need to be memorable. It needs to be functional. But so a longer form writing assignment 2 instructions is for the first time somebody's used that website. And then a quick start guide is just one of those little quick refreshers. Once you re-guide them as to the main points, they find their way around. And so we can kind of see this with the Toast printer overview here. We've got steps, and you can see that most of them start with the imperative. It's easy: snap, plug, plug, plug. Repetition is great in an instructional document. Images are clearly labeled. We've got, and you'll notice these images, because a quick start guide is so much smaller, don't say figure 1, figure 2, and have titles and labels. It's supposed to be just super short and to the point. But then there's nice proximity between like the step and the image. Your job on your quick start guide is just to create a 1-page document with, I don't know, no more than 5 or 6 steps total that are brief. And you don't even have to have an image for every step. Do you see how we have all these steps, but we don't have an image for every step? You will only need a few images for this document. Let's take a look at some of the other ones. Wow. The reason I'm going to show you this one is it took a team to put this together, right? This is not just one person doing it, but we can see interesting document design. Think about this as just sort of the quick start guide. You'll notice that it's organized vertically. Each piece of equipment for the step that you unpack we're shown visually, and we just sort of move in the vertical top to bottom with each of those steps. And within each of the steps, it actually then goes horizontally. Okay. When we get to the much more involved steps, you'll see that the steps are organized horizontally this time and in columns, because there's a lot of moving parts. So don't think you have to have an instructions document that is this involved. We're just showing you how different types of quick start guides can be organized. Let's take a look at this next one. This one's much more simple, right? This is the Epson quick start, and you can see how it's organized vertically with the different steps. You've got the images there. These images are organized horizontally for the most part. This document is not, it's okay. I think it makes it like section 1, section 2 with the sub steps below it. The images aren't always perfectly aligned, but a reader can get a sense of what's going on. Again, these images don't need to be labeled like you did in the instructions document, but you can get a sense of how do you organize. Can you organize vertically? Sure. Can you organize horizontally? Sure. I think this is the best way to do it, though, with steps to the left and any images you have to the right. I think just as readers of English, we're used to reading left to right, and I think steps first, then images. This right here is perhaps the entirety of like the volume of like 1 page of what I would expect your quick start guide to look like. So you're taking all of those steps that you created and just doing a basic user of the website, somebody who's just doing a quick order off of the restaurant or a quick purchase of something from the boutique Whole Foods co-op or what have you. Let's take another look at a couple more just as an FYI. Okay, so you can see how most of these are organized vertically. I think vertically is the way to go with just a couple of images. and this last one. You'll notice that there's some good white space. This document's great because this one does show a really nice contrast, you know, black text on a white background, consistency with the color choices and the fonts. But there are some issues with it. It's not numbered, right? And the borders are kind of inconsistent. You notice that it has a nice margin here, but then it shifts over. So there's a lack of alignment in this document and no numbering until we get to the turn on your equipment part. Maybe we would consider this as more FYI, right? But it does look like you're connecting things. And so perhaps these could be considered different steps, and then these would be sub-steps. But I come from a technical writing background, so if I was creating this document, there would be things that I would do differently. But that's pretty common. Most companies don't follow the same format that we are going to, and you will have some freedom of movement for your quick start guide as well. So I hope this little video discussion of the quick start guides that you have samples of. Just as a reminder, you're not expected to do a multi-page document. You're expected to do a one-page document. 5 or 6 steps would be great. 2 to 3 images are all you need. And I want to see how you condensed your instructions document into the quick start guide. I'm excited to see what you can do, and reach out if you have questions.